Hello, City of Heroes and City of Villains fan. It's Tommy again. Yeah, another Mastermind video. I know. I've been playing the game since I discovered it a few years ago. So I have quite a few level 50s in various states of doneness, I would say. This guy was next on the list of ones that I finished done. This is my Thugs Empathy Mastermind. Here he is. My Thugs Empathy Mastermind. I wanted to call him the Empathizer, but that name was changed, so we had to go with another name for him. So I got Empathizer in the name, so I'm happy with that. We went with the infamous Empathizer Nexus. So basically, I have stories for all my characters. I really am looking forward to when they figure out how to make actual videos about their stories, their backstories, their backgrounds. In this case, this guy is an evil empath. He used to work for Dr. Ian and he studied um, neuropsychic connections and was able, in his villainous research, to learn how to create empathic links, parasitic empathic links between him and others. And so, using this, he has created a gang of thugs and has struck out on his own in the Rogue Isles. These guys are all empathically linked to him. He can manipulate things. He's a great evil empath. If you're ever a fan of the old New Mutant series in the X-Men and Marvel Universe, there's a character called Empath who's an evil empath. And I love that character. Um, so Thugs and Empathy. I want to say they go great together, but Empathy on a Mastermind is incredibly underwhelming. It's interesting to me that the old devs didn't want to put Empathy on Masterminds because they thought it would be too powerful, and the exact opposite has turned out to be true. But what I do find, where I find a build like this excels at, is this build is excellent teamer. It's excellent for teaming, and I built it for teaming. It can resurrect people, it can heal people, it can also brings damage, a lot of extra damage to the table with the thugs. So it does a lot. Well, let's take a look here. So again, we've got some sliding here, call thugs. We've got two sets, two of them. I'm pretty much doing what I've done before, but a little tweaking. I always spread Marco Supremacy around between the three main pets because you get that 10% recharge bonus three times. That's a 30% recharge bonus. Um, this is some really class. So this is pretty much similar to other setting I've done. I've adjusted a little for the enforcers after doing a little reading. Luck of the gambler, the defense in here, that's going to call enforcers, so that will boost the enforcers' leadership skills since they bring a little extra defensive leadership. The most expensive thing I popped for, but I had it, so I figured why not, is Soulbound Allegiance. This is a fantastic set. So I've got the Soulbound Allegiance chance for build up and damage in the thugs, and then I've got Soulbound Allegiance hanging out. So damage, recharge, and accuracy, and call enforcers to kind of make up for what's going on here. I could have three slotted it, but it would have messed up my 30% recharge bonus. So I opted for this after doing a little bit of reading in the forums. Um, and again here, you can see all the uniques, the defense bonuses and stuff are here. I did something a little different though this time. This chance for resistance to buff, all the thugs can take it, but I just stuck it in Call Enforcer. But was able to get my hands on a knockdown chance for knockdown on the thugs, and we're going to see how that works if that causes some of the characters that attack us to knock down. Also, another control as it was slip into the thugs. This chance for confuse. Imagine my surprise to find out the Cupid's Crush chance for confuse can be slotted into pets that can take damage enhancements. Say what? So we'll see how that goes in Gang War. I did some reading in the forums, and apparently putting it in Gang War is interesting, so we're going to use it. We got Cog Wizard here. I'm not sure if I quite got perma-gang war, but I'm gonna spam the heck out of gang war to stay alive in this thing. Every fight I can hit gang war is coming up. Classic sliding here for empathy. This is pretty much the recommended sliding for empathy. I'm gonna screenshot this. We got the preventative medicine set in Healing Aura. We've got three of the Doctor Wounds. I love Doctor Wounds. Focusing on heal absorb recharge, heal absorb endurance recharge. So recharge focused here. You got another one, just a flat heal and absorb pain. I don't use absorb pain too much in the Mastermind, but I want it anyway. I wanted all the healing. I wanted all of it. Fortitude, set all 6 of Luck of the Gambler in Fortitude. Should keep it moving, should keep it up pretty frequently along with our base recharge. Our Resurrect just stopped recharging that. I may use it, I may not use it. It just depends. I have found I have regretted not having it when I don't take it. I regret not having it because the team crashes, and there was that time you could have res the tank, and then while the tank was taking aggro, got the other people and res them or whatever. I regret taking it. Recovery Aura, 6 slotted with preemptive optimization. Classic slotting there, Clear Mind. You don't need to slot Clear Mind that much. Just slap endurance reduction in that. 6 slot Doctor Wounds and Healing Aura. That spammable AoE heal up. And then Adrenaline Boost. A lot of people miss the boat on Adrenaline Boost. On Adrenaline Boost, you want to get as much recharge from the recharge IO set and the healing IO set as you can in it. So you notice it's got preemptive optimization, endurance modification, recharge, endurance modification accuracy, recharge, endurance modification, recharge. And then I did the same in the healing set. Healing absorb, endurance recharge. Healing absorb, this is the reason for that. And then healing absorb recharge. So I didn't grab the recharge for this. I chose this because if you look at what's available, endurance and recharge and just flat recharge are what's available, and then I would have lost out on healing power. But all the recharge from those 2 sets combined, split in half here, Frankenslotted here, should keep adrenaline boost up on top of our base recharge. Then I love this classic slotting for almost all my teams for health and stamina. I stick with it. It's affordable. Any character can do this, even if you don't have a lot of money on a character. These IOs aren't that expensive once you figure out how to sell stuff on the market and run a lot of task forces and stuff. You can afford them very quite quickly and early in your career. And that's what I put in for health and stamina. I've already explained why. This set, I love Winter's Gift. And Winter's Gift is not as expensive as you think it was. You can really get them a couple million each now. And Winter's Gift and Hover, because Hover is going to be our travel power inside missions. I'm a slow mover, so I like having Hover. Slip a Luck of Gamma there for some more recharge. This was random. It was in my base storage, so I just used it. You can put anything you want in the fly, but this is a fly speed and endurance reduction from hypersonic. But any fly speed endurance reduction would work, or just slap an endurance reduction in there if you want to. But so evasive maneuvers is my favorite mule for Luck of the Gambler. The thing about evasive maneuvers, though, is it's deceptive. Together, evasive maneuvers and hover grants pretty hefty amounts of defense. The problem is when you get attacked, that defense goes away. So it's kind of good. It can maybe help you survive in alpha, but after that, when you start attacking, you're going to lose the 50% of that defense is going to go away, as well as the additional defense you're getting from hover too. So it's so deceptive. But evasive maneuvers does other stuff for you. It provides some protection against being held and slowed down, and being immobilized. So, sorry, not against being held, but against being immobilized, and protection against knockback. Gives you a little bit of defense, and you control your flight a little better when it's rolling, so it's not bad. You can get away with 3. So this is the minimal slotting, my preferred minimal slotting for leadership. If you're struggling for slots and you want leadership on a team, you can get away with 3 slotting maneuvers and tactics and just leaving a slot alone with an endurance reduction. And that's all a slot typically means anyway. You're trying to put more endurance reduction. You can't take anything else. But maneuvers, again, classic. This is classic defense from Luck of the Gambler, then defense and endurance from Luck of the Gambler, and then grab that defense, increase recharge speed. And then here is pretty much the same deal. To hit buff recharge, to hit buff endurance reduction, to hit buff recharge, and then to hit buff endurance reduction. It's difficult to get the endurance reduction to hit buff in the same IO in this set, so I did the best I could. So I got 2 of the endurance reductions. Otherwise, I'm going to recharge with the endurance reduction. I have a lost one with the hit buff, but it'll be good enough. With the other buffs that you're getting from this combined set, from the set combination of the set IO bonuses combined with stamina and this, you should be able to run these leadership titles just fine. Plus, you're a freak and empath. You've got regeneration aura, you've got recovery aura that will take care of that regeneration aura. I just spoke there. So I'm going to try something new because I think Masterminds might have received a gift, especially the squishy Masterminds, and that's Flash Boost. A go-to for masterminds in the past used to be Bonfire. It's still good, but Bonfire got significantly nerfed, so it doesn't cause as much mayhem as it used to. You can keep entire mobs just flopping on their backs. It still will do it, but just not as many and not as frequently. But it still works, but just not a big used to work. But Flash Freeze gets that deep sleep mechanic that just got added to all the sleeps in the game, and I got a feeling that this is going to help this rather squishy solo mastermind survive a little bit because he can flash freeze mobs when they attack. Frozen Aura, there's a lot of ways to slot this, but I slotted it this way because it just made the most sense. I'm able to sneak in that Gladiator's armor plus defense and that steadfast protection, defense and resistance. I'm ready to sneak those in, plus protection against teleportation. Now that there are mobs who can teleport you, teleportation protection is good. There are certain mobs in the game, especially as you go up in level, who can snatch you and teleport you and pull you closer to them or into a whole bunch of them and you get wrecked. So again, guys know I love shield defense. I went for the defense recharge since I'm getting what is it? Oh, sorry, shield wall is also adding plus I think 5% resistance to all. So I'm getting 8% or something resistance already. So I don't slot resistance into this set at all. But I went for the defense set to get that IO. But also I've tested it a couple times and slotting shield wall even 3 slots without the extra bit here. If you slot the defense and the recharge, defense and endurance, and the defense, endurance, and recharge, you'll get a pretty hefty amount of defense. So if you had 3 slot of power, I'd go for that, or Luck of the Gambler, 3 slot, 3 slot in the shield. But I typically don't use out the shields. I fully slot the shield each and every time. I just can't, especially with squishies. Hasten, I could have gone with some of the suggestions that I've read before. Again, I follow a lot of build threads, and really teleport would have been good here. Teleport foe, teleport friend, with double TP power. But I just stuck hastening here because recharge is going to be my friend, especially this guy, Fortitude. Fortitude does so much for the squishy pets. The problem is you got to plant one at a time. I really wish they bite the bullet and just make Fortitude AoE. Just make it AoE, just like the other shields in the game. Why is Empathy stuck with this defense shield being one at a time application? It should you just should be able, once it will change, I think, and a lot of people's feelings about Empathy would change about it not being as good as some of the other sets now. You just slap it on, everybody's shielded. All the other shields in the game already work that way. Why does Fortitude work differently? But here we are. Enough of my ranting, middle of the night ranting. And yes, I'm an insomniac, so if you I'm doing this video in the middle of the night. Oh, I sold something in exchange. Let me just grab that. So one of the things I try to do, if I have enough, sometimes I will buy and sell things with my hero merits on a character to help that character make money. And I go for the I'll show you which set I go for because it usually sells for decent amounts of money. I typically will go for the event enhancement sets, and I'll attune them and everything. But I typically go for those because they sell for so much. They sell for just so much. So, for example, Superior Frozen Blast. If you look, 25 million each is shot, and if you can. I tend to not slot these for myself anyway. I can sell 4 or 5 of those and end up with enough money to fund one of my budgety builds. Maybe not completely, but 200 million goes a long way. Goes a long way. So there's little tricks. Trying to flip things on the exchange is always a smart. Anyway, we got this guy all set up. I don't have some things I don't have set up on this guy because I have not played him in an extremely long time. And I had just spruced him up a little bit when I found out when I started thinking about the changes to sleeps and wondering if having the sleep is going to be helpful. So we're going to do this. And I'll give you a quick look. These guys are already buffed up in some ways, but a quick look at what my IO sliding nets. Sorry, I didn't mean to click to go in, but we're going to go in anyway, so it doesn't matter. Luckily, we didn't aggro anything and start a fight we weren't ready to fit. Yeah, it's going to be Carney's guys. So if we just look at the Santos here, my bruiser. Yes, I renamed all of my characters. Oh no, we're having the bug again with the getting stuck in the... Okay, good. That scared me. I thought I was going to have that bug again where the pets get stuck and they didn't sleep of entry and makes the mission don't follow you. Don't follow you into the mission. Anyway, if I look at his combat attributes, we're going to look and see what that's. So the Franken slotting has made him pretty hefty. Already, with his base resistance of over 26% and expedient reinforcement, sovereign right, superior micro supremacy, he is sitting pretty hefty. I believe, my correct me on the cap if I'm wrong, he's well above cap for smashing lethal and pushing it for the all other. And he's resistant to just everything. Even psionic, he's got 35. Just from, if you're playing a Mastermind, figure out how to get these in here. You want to get them in there. And then for the defense, thanks to the double stack maneuvers from the enforcers, each one of those guys is carrying close to 12% in the maneuvers thanks to how I slotted them. You can probably get more if you know what you're doing. My piddly little, which bothers me, but I'm going to say it, my piddly little 4% defense, which I think is insane. That's all. That takes so much work for a player character to get defense out of maneuvers on that roll. Call to arms 5, so 10% defense to everything added on top of their native defense. What we're doing here, so defenses ain't bad for these guys. But watch this. This is what's absolutely nuts. Watch when I apply fortitude to him. So fortitude grants him almost 18% more defense to everything. And I'm just annoyed this is not AoE. It bothers me. Like, why can't I just click this and all my pets get it? And it's, even with a lot of recharge, it's hard to get this thing to recharge. But I'm going to treat this guy like my blaster. So he's going to get it. He's going to get some clear mind. And we're just going to pass clear mind out like it's candy. Oh, is that clear mind? Clear mind out like it's candy here. Sorry. I gave him adrenaline boost too, but again, I meant to give that to the little blaster light guy. Another reason I renamed my pets so I know what they do. So TNT, I know TNT is going to be tossing fiery attacks out here. And I'm going to buff this guy here. How much it takes to buff is just crazy, but we're just going to go with it. Then we're going to do this. I'm not going to pull I might as well pull the pets out too. Because these are Kearneys. I'm going to toggle on this guy. And let's just, I need to work out a really good mind for applying clear mind to everything. Alright, good. Everybody's there. Normally, I would try to pull or something. But we are just going to flash freeze this mob. Toss in my incarnate. While I'm thinking about it, somebody else is going to get that treatment. So the thing is, you're going to have to be really, the thing to remember with this is don't concentrate so much. Since you're a mastermind, you really don't need to be concentrating on making attacks. You need to be making sure, especially on an empathy mastermind, that you need to be making sure that you are passing out buffs. I just wanted to make sure they didn't wander anywhere, since we don't have any controls on this guy, on this mastermind. You are passing out buffs like crazy. Every time you see that fortitude come up, you slap that on something. You slap it on something or someone that does not have it. So you got hefty heals, you got hefty buffs. That's your job. Now let's see if there's nonsense in here. I mean, he's hitting us, but let's just get rid of this. I thought this was the Phantasm you couldn't hit, but he's getting on my nerves. Ugh, I hate those things so much. They're so annoying. problem I'm going to struggle with is I'm trying to figure out a bind that will just go through the list and just slap clear mine up when it's up. I push a button because I can't remember who I've stuck clear mine on. I can't remember who I've stuck a fortitude on. But even just randomly doing it, you're going to find. Now this is the part where I want to try something else. You see, I'm playing this mastermind a little differently than I played other masterminds. Let's buff this guy up, and let's buff this guy up. Oh, here they come. They want to come in, huh? Well, that's okay because we got a little bit of gang war for them. And then we're going to get held. So we're going to undo that really quickly before we collapse here. Not sure what happened. I think I accidentally put the pets to passive. I'm going to apply that sleep now since it works differently than it used to. And we are going to try to focus fire on, well, I'm just going to let them do what they do. And I'm just going to keep passing the buffs out like they are candy. They're chasing something. But I'm going to bring them all back down here away from that because I can't buff them if they're up there chasing them. I think the boss went nuts and ran off somewhere. But as you can see, if you just keep passing buffs out like they're candy, and just don't stop buffing. If you're playing the Empathy Mastermind, figure out a way to bind the buffs or have the buffs in a way that you can easily, they're just wasting time on that decoy, but I'll let them do that while I talk. Just find ways that you can just keep passing those buffs out because that's what you want to do. You want to pass, every time a buff is up, you want it out. You want it hitting somebody or something. All right. And as you can see, a good number of my folks are buffed. I'm going to keep them buffed. Now this one, we're going to see what happens. I'm going to toggle on my support. And we're just going to go in. We're going to apply that sleep. Oh. And we're going to apply that. Barrier's up, so we might as well click it. Yeah, I'm starting to think I should have picked Clarion instead of Barrier. I'm not sure what's going on, but I think some of my pets might have gotten held, so I'm going to be passing Clear Mind out like it's candy again. Slapping on these AoE buffs. Something weird's happening here at the pet commands. I'm not sure what's going on entirely, but it's okay. They're not being as aggressive as they normally are. Oh, for some reason, they're stuck in passive. Not defensive. Let me look at see if I've done something crazy here. Nope. Attack all aggressive. Follow defensive. I might be actually hitting passive by accident, but I manually unclicked them because you can if they're stuck like that. Put them back in defensive role. Let's see. So that was a little scary, a little hairy, but some of that was me. Again, oh, my buff's up again, so I'm just clicking it. I don't care who gets it. I would like to develop a system of more carefully applying them, but we are where we are. And I just want to pass Clear Mind out like candy, just all over the place. I don't care who gets Clear Mind. Nope, keeps going to the same guy, so we're going to make sure that's not a thing. Right? Oh, looks like this time I'm going to try a combination of gang war, of sleep and gang war, just to see how well I do. Is there anybody around here? No. I do want to make sure I got AB on this guy. Actually, we're just gonna go nuts here. You know what we're gonna do? We are gonna do gang war. Oh, why is gang war not coming up? Hold on. There's some kind of control here. Right here. So we're gonna do gang war. Oh, it's not recharged yet. Oh, you have to have it on a target. That's okay. So we're gonna do gang war first. Then we're gonna toss this in. Then we're gonna buff everybody up with this barrier buff. Then we're gonna slap in. And I don't care who gets Fortitude's up against, so somebody's getting it. I think gang war wiped the whole team out by themselves. I didn't see if that confused worked on. Well, we already got a lot going on here, so let's just come in. I'm gonna cheat a little. Uh-oh. Fortune's up again, so somebody's gonna get it. And just on the Empathy Mastermind, always be buffing. Always be buffing. I think I'll make that t-shirt. You're on the Empathy Mastermind, always be buffing. When a buff comes up, you're applying it to somebody. And be messy, it doesn't matter who. Always be buffing. And because of my leadership toggles, you notice I've got some of the temporary powers up here. Oh, I see the Confused proc worked. I don't know if you guys caught that. The Confused proc worked to that gang war. Oh, this is a nice juicy mob for my sleep. Because that deep sleep mechanic's nasty. Yeah. So if you want the secret to playing an empathy on a mastermind, get your... Bring her down. I'm going to have them all attack her. Ugh. Watching that Confused proc on the Mastermind pet was geniusly a lot of fun. I'm tempted to see how it works in other pets. Yeah, let me just call everybody back to me. Great job, guys. Uh-oh. Let's back up. So I always be buffing. Just randomly buff. You know, the more I think about it, I think about some of the other mobs we face in the game, like Longbow, and stuff that have empaths on them. Paragon mobs. Hold on, this guy's stuck. Let's see. I don't have teleport in here, but we'll just see if I pull him here if he knows to come here. Alright, we're gonna have to go up here where he's at. And we're gonna call him up here. There he goes. He unstuck now. Got stuck on the stairs. Now we'll just head back. So you can overcome a lot of the AI stupidity if you get yourself some mastermind controls. And go look at my mastermind controls video. You need to look at it. Alright, so here we go again, right? So, a couple of things have happened here. These pets are back. And Gang War is back up. I've got so much recharge that Gang War is coming up frequently. So we're going to do the same strategy. Since Gang War comes up so frequently, we are just going to... We're going to let Gang War start the fight off. Then we are going to put a barrier really fast for ourselves. Then I'm going to apply that sleep. Slow down some of the aggro. I got enough here that I'm just going to... I pulled back just so that AoE would hit as many as possible. This is insane. Well, I think now Empathy Mastermind, I was kind of iffy about it, but it's quickly becoming one of my favorite. Like I said, always be buffing. If you are on an Empathy Mastermind, ABB, always be buffing. I This is totally going to be a t-shirt. Another fun thing I like to do, just for fun, you can make macros do this too, is you can feed inspirations to your pets. And my two big damagers are the bruiser and my mini blaster here, who I like to keep intentionally buffed. I like keeping clear mind and stuff on him because he's a great little mini blaster. So on thugs, you end up with two mini defenders in the enforcers, a miniature blaster, and a pocket tank, and then some meat shields. So I'm gonna do this on give this guy a little bit more buff. Always be buffing. Always be buffing. And we still got some of these guys going, so hope they don't go to sleep yet. These guys that neutered some of the opposition. I'm gonna toggle back on my support toggle. That'll buff everybody. I went to the side of the tree that doubles it for pets. Just ridiculous. And I'm just randomly applying the buffs. There's no method to my madness. Gang War should be up in 40 seconds or so that's good, less than a minute. So it's not perma Gang War, but it works. I think we can. Oh, that was going down, so we can't. So we need to go back the other way. Notice how quick I'm moving too. Those Winter's Gift IOs and hover. Hover plus evasive maneuvers, and if you can at least 3-slot hover with either defense or flight speed, will give you a really nice in-game travel power. You'll be able to keep up with people who are super speeding through the game. Gang War will probably be up by the time I encounter my next mob. So my recharge is not super high, but it's good enough. Uh-oh. Well, you know what? It's been working, so Gang War. I'm going to apply that buff. We're going to give everybody a nice AoE buff. Somebody, I don't know who's getting this. Somebody's getting this. That would have been better on my bruiser. So I'm going to intentionally slap Clear Mind on him. I always make sure he gets a little extra juice. And I want to make sure this guy never gets. I'm going to cheat here. Use my inspirations. Alright. So then we're going to come in here. We're going to apply that sleep. Now this is sheer chaos. But like I said, always be buffing. Sheer chaos. But this guy's got the goods to handle it. And again, as soon as certain buffs come up, I'm applying them. I'm just applying them. I don't know who they're hitting, but they're hitting somebody, and that's all that matters. That sleep maybe will help us with some of the chaos here. And it did. I'm trying to see if anybody got confused. Again, like they did the last time. Look at that. I mean, that was just utter, uncontrolled mass murder. I see that we've got Melissa there. I'm a focus fire and Melissa for my pets. Uh-oh. Always be buffing. Always be buffing. If you're going to play Empathy on a Mastermind, always be buffing. You don't know who those buffs are hitting, but it's going to help. We did lose someone. We lost one of our enforcers. So I can get him back really quickly. I really need to do macros for this team too. I've just been lazy and never done. Where is it? You kind of buff him up so he gets that. It doesn't matter who gets it. You buff one mastermind, one mastermind pet, they all get the buff if they already have it, so it's fine. Uh-oh. Always be buffing. As soon as buff come up, you're applying those suckers. Ah, I see. I just gotta get this glowy. There we go. So, just playing that through, this is the first time I played this mastermind through since I actually respect him and threw a couple of extra slots and stuff in with him. Again, I don't do a number analysis, but if I had the software that did it, it would be interesting to see what was going on with it. I'll put these on passive because I don't want to have to deal with them randomly attacking that patrol of spiders that's coming up. But yeah, this mastermind is great. The Empathy Thugs mastermind is great. You just got to remember when you're playing Empathy on a mastermind, get some way, whether you have these typed numbers on your keyboard or you've got some kind of special way that you have macro set up or whatever, that every time Fortitude comes up, you're pressing a button. You don't know who it's hitting, you don't care. You're pressing a button. Every time Clear Mind comes up, you're giving it to somebody. Every time Adrenaline Boost comes up, you're slapping that maybe on your heaviest damage dealer, or sometimes it doesn't matter. In this case, I was just slapping it. I was just hitting buttons. I don't know who they were hitting. But that was giving them ample boost. And always, too, Masterminds take support hybrid. Take support hybrid and musculature alpha. You don't do anything else. Take those two. Support hybrid, too. I'll give you another brief on why I take that support hybrid. It's boosting defense. It's boosting defense, too. So take it, take it, take it, take it. That's it. That is the Thugs Empathy Mastermind. Thanks for watching.